What's up, Xavier Architects? Here we go, Ando house. Whoa! Okay. So we got to put these big bay windows in. Let's get to it. So the first thing I'm going to start with is a polyline. I'm going to go over to my layers and make sure that I have my doors and windows as my active layer. I first want to draw the frame that's going to go for this large opening of the bay window in the back of the house. So let's start here in the corner, and I'm going to go all the way to the top of this little join where the ceiling meets the wall here. And we'll come over to this corner here, and then all the way down here to the bottom and over to the wall, and then we're going to go up perpendicular to that. And then back over to our point of origin. And there we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that line there and the curve and just sort of move it out here. See what we got. Alright. I'm going to draw, I'm going to explode that. And I'm going to grab a polyline and draw it from here to here. And what I want to do is I want to kind of split this one in half. So I'm going to do intersect. Kind of. Ooh, you know what? I really, rather than intersect, I should probably use split here. Select cutting objects. There's my cutting object. Okay, let's see what we got. Okay, that worked. Alright, so split is what I used there. And we don't really need this little point here, but get that out of there. Alright. So what I kind of want is to have the one window, right, with the four basic sides here. So I'm going to take those four lines and I'm going to join them, and then I'm going to offset them. And this time, rather than 3, I'm going to use 6. So for all these big bay windows, we're going to use 6. And there we go. I got my 6 and 6. I'm going to go move from here, from this little corner, over to this little corner. Oh, wrong corner. Let me try that again. Move. I'll move from this corner here to, not that corner. Oh, God. To that corner. Boom. Alright, and that puts it into its spot. And now I can extrude the curve. And I want solid, yes. And we're going to go inside 6 centimeters. Boom. And now I can get rid of the outer sort of frame there. And the inside one we're going to use to make the glass. So I'm going to click on my glass layer to make that active. And I'm going to extrude the curve again. And this time I'm going to go backwards 3 centimeters. Okay, and then I can kind of set this back on negative 1.5, something like that. Oh, how did that work? Did that work? Oh, I think think I did that to just the curve. There we go. Alright, that's better. And the whole thing could be set back. Oops. That window and this window could be set back -3. There we go. And we got our little lip down at the bottom. That looks good. That's what we want. And we got our first window in place. Okay. Okay, so once you have a line that cuts through the midpoint of this large bay shape, then I'm going to Alt-click this and send it 3 centimeters in that direction. And then I'm going to Alt-click this and send it -3 in the other direction. So now I have the beginnings of my frame here. I'm going to click on both of those. Well, you know what? Let's close them off first. Okay, let's get this closed off. So I'm going to just polyline that. Oops. I think I'm drawing into the glass layer right now. Don't want that. So I'm going to send this into the doors and windows layer, that little line that I just made. And I'm going to make another sort of closing line up here on the top of the shape. Oh, I'm still in the glass. Let's go. Let's make doors and windows the default. And polyline. Close that up just like so. Okay, enter. Now, I don't need this. I don't need you. You can go away. And now I have my, this can go away. And now I have my shape. I'm going to join this. And what I want to do is I want to figure out what the midpoint is on here so I can bring that over. So I'm going to use a polyline to do that. Oh, there's my midpoint. And I'm going to go straight down to the midpoint. Let me just get my angle here right. There we go. So there's my midpoint. I'm going to go perpendicular down to there, which is the other midpoint. And if you want to just make sure, you can use the distance command. And I'm going to just measure from here to the midpoint. And that says it's 175. Okay. And I can do the same thing from here to here. And that's also 175. Good. So we know we have the same size on either side of this. This is my midpoint. So now what I want to do is I just want to take my shape here and move it over. And move it over. And sort of lock it in on that. It should lock in so that you've got it in the right spot. Alright, now I don't need this little middle line anymore. I'm going to take this joined curve and extrude the curve. And this is going to go 6 centimeters back. And there we go. We don't need this curve anymore. And now we can draw in our windows. Just make sure that is lining up properly. Yes, that looks good. And now I'm going to use the polyline to make the window from here to here to here and back again. Let's make sure we get that curve where it belongs, right there in the corner. Sometimes even I make mistakes. I'm going to take that curve and put it into the glass layer, There we go. And good. That's the curve for the one window. I'm going to Alt copy that, drag it over here to the other window. And I'm going to use the move tool to make sure I have it appropriately placed. So I want to click there and move it to there. So it's right where it needs to be. And now what I can do is I can shift and grab both of these and extrude curve. And I want to go backwards 3 centimeters. And then I want to push them backwards negative 1.5 centimeters like that. And then all of it is going to go backwards 3 centimeters. Oops, I think I moved it forward 3 centimeters. My bad. We want to move it backwards now 6 centimeters. There we go. So it's inset. Okay. Oh, I think I was just moving the curves. Oh, I moved the middle, but I didn't move the glass. Okay. So let me grab the 2 sheets of glass and move them back 6. And there we go. Look at that. Looking good. And now these little closed curves that we used to make the glass sheets we can get rid of. And I believe that's what it looks like if we look at the photographs online of the windows. It looks something like that. And now we're ready to make the ones in the front of the house. Alright, now I'm on the front of the house. And what I did was I just basically drew a line from the midpoint of the top to the bottom and a line from the midpoint of the side of the building. So we have a nice little crosshair, something that looks like this. Okay? And what I want to do is I want to offset these both 6 centimeters. So I'm going to offset. And I want to use 6 as my distance. Well, actually, if I do 3 in each side, if I do 3, and then I choose both sides, you end up with something like that. And then I'm going to do the same thing to this one. Offset both sides. Oops. Offset distance 3. This one's not wanting to give me the option to do it on the offset. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Alt-click method. And I'm going to go 3 up. And then grab the middle. And Alt-click -3 from the middle. And we get that. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to do a polyline that caps each of these. So here to here. And here to here. And here to here. And here to here. Now I can get rid of this in the middle. And I can get rid of this in the middle. And maybe we can trim. Let's see. Oops. Don't want to do that. I want to grab these lines and trim. And I want to get rid of this guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy. Okay, cool. It's starting to come together. And now, you know what might be easiest if I just... No, I don't want to trim anymore. I don't want to trim. Okay, I just want to grab this and hide it. I'm going to grab this and hide it so I can just see the cross a little bit better. Let me hide this as well. Hide. And we want to join this. And then we're going to extrude the curve. We want to go backwards 6 centimeters, like so. Something like that. Okay. Now we can kind of get rid of this curve and bring back our other elements. Show. Like so. And now we can build in our panes of glass. Okay, so I'm going to make the glass the active layer. Okay, so now I want to make sure that the glass is the active layer, and I'm ready to draw in my glass. You want to make sure that you're getting these locked to the right spots, right? We want to build the frame inside this frame, basically, that we've laid out. So we're doing sort of the outside edge of that frame. Sometimes it gets tricky unless you zoom in. Okay, so I've got the 1 there. That's my 1 window. Let's select that curve. And I'm going to copy that from this point to this point, and to this point, and to this point. So there's my 4 windows. And if we pull back, we should see those filling quite nicely. There we go. And then we're going to grab each of them with the Shift key pressed in. Just going around selecting the various curves. Extrude curve to make my glass. That's going to go inside the house 3 centimeters in. And then we want to move those 1.5 centimeters into the frame. And then we want to select the interior frame and move all of it inside by 3. Okay. Oh, I think I just grabbed the curves and I didn't move the glass in. So I want to select the glass and move that in. Now I got to move it in 6. Because I just moved the curves and not the glass. There we go. So now these little curves that we had originally to make the glass with, we can get rid of those. And there we go. We got a nice bay window in. Nice. Now, if you look at the pictures of the house, this one is also 4 windows. This is 4 windows down here. And then this is 1 window up here. I'm going to let you try to make those on your own. I think you can do it. See if you can impress me with your skills. Do it!